you hear me okay? All right. As promised, I am out here in my boat. I'm actually getting ready to go fishing tomorrow. So I was going to talk to you guys for a little while. Let us all share some information together or talk about some things. I'm playing open book right now, so you know, could say no holds barred, but I guess. And everybody hear me okay? That's watching right now. I haven't had any comments, I don't think yet. So let's see. If I can see comments, yeah, I can see comments. Yeah. Okay. So I'm out here at my boat. I got some rods laying out, and I'm gonna get ready to do some tackle stuff because I'm going tomorrow. So I'm gonna climb in my boat here, and got some rigging to do. Hopefully everybody can hear me okay. I live not too far from the road, so I will have a little bit of road noise there. And my AC is also running, because it's summertime. So, and my wife likes to keep it 69 degrees. So, no one can hear me. So give me 1 second. I'm not sure why. Oh, sound is good. Okay. So, yeah, I don't know. Let me double check one thing real quick. I'll be right back. I'm not going anywhere. Okay. Everyone can hear me. Okay, cool. All right, so all right. I was double checking, make sure my Bluetooth wasn't connected to my truck. So we'll crawl in the boat here. In terms of questions, this isn't on StreamYard. So if you have a question or ask a question and I don't see it immediately, but you really want me to hit your question, just let me know and hit me again. Just repost your question again, because I said this ain't StreamYard. So I'm gonna crawl in my boat now. So give me 1 second. I won't break my ankle. I'm too old for that stuff. Okay. What's up, Bronson? All right, so first thing that I got to do is so anything and everything is on the table. Whatever you guys want to talk about, I will talk about it. The first thing that I actually have to do is get my charger for my live scope battery out of the way here. It is I am a little unorthodox when it comes to some of the stuff that I do. But I have a charger right here. I'll get back in the screen, don't worry. I'm just trying to put my charger away. I don't need it. Battery's totally charged on my live scope. I have a lot more batteries in this boat than I used to have. So let's see if you'll sit right there. Will you sit right there? Absolutely, you'll sit right there. Get it pointed up. Put you right. No, I tell you what we'll do. Chrome Seville gonna catch me a bass tomorrow. I don't know. Honest to God, right now, as I set you up here, I don't know what the Seville bite's doing. For me, You know, I haven't really thrown much Seville at all. You guys let me know right there if that light is really annoying or not. Don't really. I don't want to put you guys too far away from me because I want to be able to see your questions when you ask them. So I guess I'm gonna run like this for a little bit. Get the ball to move. Technology and me ain't the greatest in the world. Let's tell you like that. So I'll move down here into the floor. Turn the camera up a little bit more. Okay. Top water is a bust for me lately. Yeah, top water seems to be. I haven't been on the lake since pre-ICAST. I went Saturday and Sunday before we left the ICAST. Um, get my P line now. As far as top water, top water's kind of been like some days it's been really good, some days it's been really bad. The guys who are like very consistently catching them on top water on Lanier, and when we say top water, we're talking a atypical plug. And we'll get to the pop and perch top baits, those brim baits. The brim top water is always a given in the summertime for those brim eaters and those crappie eaters and perch eaters and stuff like that. The ones that, and spot tail eaters that roam up shallow. That's been a given. I caught a 5.5 pounder the weekend before we left. On my signature bait, I caught a couple on it, but that 5.5 pounder was the biggest one, and that's just kind of the name of the game when you're throwing a horny toad. You're only looking for, or I'm only looking for a couple of bites. I'm not looking for a bunch of bites. That's just, I guess you could just say that's just the way it is. But the topwater bite, I have a chrome Seville tied on inside my rod locker right now. I have yet to pull the thing out, which I know sounds crazy. So I'm spooling up my whole new buzzbait setup here. I've decided to do an upgrade, and I bought a St. Croix Legend Glass, or not Legend Glass, a Mojo Glass, a 7.2 heavy, and it has a real nice tip to it. It has a real nice tip to it, but it I don't know. I'm trying to, part of me, for those of you that know me really well, sometimes, I like to experiment with certain things, and I like to do things, sometimes a little bit different. I am a little hard-headed, but I'm not opposed to doing different things. I never really have been. Bullheaded, hard-headed, however you want to say it. I'll take the blame for it. As soon as I get this buzzbait rod set up, I'm going to show y'all something really cool here, though, that only people have kind of seen in video. And I have two of them. And I'll show them to you here in a second. Just let me get my buzzbait. And then I'm going to throw here. We need a trailer hook. We really need a whole new trailer. These are my signature series buzz baits that I have a particular individual that don't live very far from me that he makes for himself and me and a few other guys that know about him, that ask about him. This is a hellacious buzz bait right here. This is a no joker. It's a 3/8 ounce. It's big. You can see how big it is. It's a huge buzz bait. But we call these MFBBs. That's what we call them. And they're really stout double blade buzz baits. I am a big double blade buzz bait guy. 100%. Like horny toads out of the way. But I think I'm gonna throw a different one tomorrow than that one. Nah, we'll throw the same one. So tomorrow and Sunday we're gonna be fishing, and I'm gonna be kind of in practice mode to an extent. Basically in practicing. We have a tournament next weekend on Lanier. It is in my club tournament, and it is a sectioned off. You guys have probably heard me talk about that. It's a sectioned off tournament. The lake is Lake Lanier. We have two off lakes, and then Lake Lanier is broke up into 3 different sections. So we have the north end next weekend, and what we call the north end is we put in at Laurel Park. You cannot go below the bridge at 53, right there above Gainesville Marina. Everything up from that end up on that side of the lake on the Chattahoochee side is fair game, but you cannot go below that bridge. Section the lake off into 3 sections based upon bridges. So, north end, mid-lake, which mid-lake consists of also Chestatee River Arm, and the Chestatee Bay can't go above Gainesville Marina, the bridge at 53, where it's cut off at the north end. And then we have the south end, which is at 369 bridge down. You can't go above 369 when we fish the south end. So really makes you kind of a more versatile angler to be able to. You have to be able to catch fish all over the lake in order to have success in this club. You can't just go to the same location of the lake every single time and fish. And you gotta. It'll drive you out of your comfort zone to an extent where you got to go different locations. So, looking for my buzz bait trailers. I really need to clean this entire boat. I've got so much crap just scattered everywhere, it's not even funny. Damn, what I do with them things? I don't know what I've done with the things. I gotta find them. Yes, I have them in my boat. Sweet Rosies. Found them. Found my buzzbait trailers. These are my buzzbait trailers and my spinnerbait trailers. I pretty much only, no matter where I go, I pretty much only use this one. I've never had the fish tell me otherwise. Y'all aren't very talkative. Y'all just gonna sit here and watch me do this. So, I'm gonna go look for some possible buzz bait, main lake action tomorrow. Um, see if that's kind of happening a little bit. I have not been up the Chattahoochee side of the lake in a while, probably since April actually. And the last time we were up there in April, there was some spot spawning going on. There was a little bit of largemouth spawning going on. Wasn't a whole lot, but there was a little bit of some going on. We had seemed like not just on Lanier, but on several other lakes, from what I've heard and what I've experienced also, seems like we had a very early spawn, and we can talk about that for a little bit. What does that do to the fish? When we have a major wave that seems to spawn really early, it kind of puts a long waiting periods on things, and it just kind of makes you scratch your head some. There's the entire setup right there for that buzz bait. Before I put a hook in my finger, that's how I run a buzz bait, with this trailer hook right there, just like that. That's that buzz bait. But it seems like it prolongs some things, and then we have like longer gaps in some things. And back in April, we had herring spawning, like back in April, and some people even said earlier than that. You guys are getting real intimate with me tonight, because most people don't get to see me. Most people don't get to see me do this. This is kind of a hush hush thing. But from what I experienced this year, we had some really weird action going on in terms of spawn. All the spawns, there was a bit of herring spawn stuff going on. Not even a month ago, and it's a little late. You tie this knot, you gotta wet it really good, or you'll burn the piss out of your line. What's up, Adam Westbrook? How are you, buddy? And we got a knot that if we hang it up, we're gonna have to go get it. What's up, Ron? It seemed like there was a real heavy early bass spawn, then a gap. Yeah, that's what I was getting at. It seems like when we have a really early spawn activity going on, it seems to kind of throw things in for a loop. And like what Ron was just saying there, we seem to get like these prolonged gaps in between anything. And for those of us that really enjoy springtime fishing, which obviously springtime fishing is arguably the best time to go fishing. If you got somebody who says they hate springtime fishing, they've got some serious problems, I think, because springtime fishing is really fun. So yeah, drag is about cinched down. I don't play with my magnets too terribly much on my reels. I typically set them, and then I kind of leave them alone. I don't mess with them a ton. That one's set up. That one ready to go. There's a Abu Garcia Revo X reel and a St. Croix Mojo Bass glass rod 7.2 heavy. Going to be a new buzzbait setup. I don't know if I like it or not. I hope I will. A lot of people like them, like this kind of setup. A lot of people like throwing buzz baits on glass rods and stuff like that. Buzz baits, chatter baits, you know, so it's all, the jury's all out on that. Let's see here. What I'm seeing now are two types of fish on tuna. I'll have to. So Ron, I don't know if you were in here in the beginning, but I'm not running on StreamYard, so I can't really see when the comments pop up. They'll disappear after a few seconds. If I don't see them immediately, I can't read them enough. So, but yeah. So if anyone follows me on Facebook and looks at me on Facebook and whatnot, or is friends with me on Facebook, you'll notice 2 weeks ago I caught a spot that was like 5.5 pounds out from underneath the dock. And if you zoomed in on the picture, which like fishermen are, we're curious, you'll notice that the tail was just dripping blood. It was fresh, dripping blood. To me, that was an indication that that fish was probably spawning or had just got done spawning. Now, for the 17 of you, 16 of you, if you left, you're about to miss out. This is the Megalojohn from Spro. Let me cut it off there, because I'm going to put a spoon back on. This is the Spro Megalojohn. 6 inches. It is a mag draft. This is exactly what it is. It's a mag draft. It has the square heart-shaped tail, as you can see right there. The plastic on it is pretty good. It's pretty tough. It's pretty stretchable, as you can see right there, which is a plus. It's a major plus. Super sharp Gamakatsu hook right there. Good swivel, good connector. Here's the cool thing about the Megalojohn. This right here comes out of the package. Here's the magnet. Right there. That's the magnet. The magnet does not come inside the bait. The magnet comes out of the package, inside the package. The magnet has a screw, and basically you can either pick to use the magnet, or you cannot use the magnet. All depending upon what you want to do. For me, with mag draft style baits, magnet's staying on. You can skip them things around docks. These baits skip really well if you can skip with them. They cast real good. These things cast a mile, but you can tell it's a big bait. 6 inches long. Spro Megalojohn has a counterweight right here in the middle, and this thing's body action has this real good roll. But having these fins that you can see right there, it kind of does this number. What you want in a big soft plastic swim bait. So this is the Spro Megalojohn. I have 2 of them. They're not available yet. The perks of being a part of Spro and having some hands in with Spro at Fish North Georgia, and having some hands in with Spro, having friends at Spro. So it's a really good bait. It looks really good. I can't wait to use this thing here in the coming up spring. May even try to use it some in the fall. You never know. But the Spro Megalojohn, this is the pearl white color. The other one is a blueback herring, is what it's called. So bait number 2 that I am retying onto, and this one's just going to be on a plain old FX rod that I got. I like my FX rods pretty good, so I'm going to be retying on a 5-inch. No, excuse me, a 4-inch. Yeah, no. This is a 5-inch. This is a 4-inch. A 4-inch flutter spoon. And I'll be chunking that around. I've been catching some fish on a flutter spoon. If you go to any of these lakes, whether it's Allatoona, Lanier, Hartwell, Clark Hill, wherever, any of these lakes that have herring in them, what's up, Kim Berg? How you doing, buddy? Um, the flutter spoon becomes deadly. It becomes real deadly, and it's a bait that, especially if you have live scope, that it will work really, really well. Um, it is definitely a bait that the fish have to tell you how they want it. Awesome. Good to hear. I'm glad to hear that. Adam caught his first ever flutter spoon fish July 4th. That is awesome. I'm super stoked for you. Just wait until you hang one that you're basically like, my God, what do I have? And sometimes it's a striper. So how do I work the flutter spoon? Okay, flutter spoon, real easy to do. All right, let me put it up on the hook keeper here. So the flutter spoon is a finessey bait, I guess we can say. This is it right here, tied on. I actually like that color. That looks like the saltwater super spook color. And I have tail feather on this one, as you can see. So how do you work it? Before live scope, we used to have to pinpoint our brush piles exactly where they was roughly, and we would throw them at the brush piles and throw them over top of them, and basically let that thing go down to where we thought the fish were going to be, and work the thing back. Lots of different ways to work the bait. You can bomb it out there, let it hit, let it sink. Big tip with a flutter spoon: when you throw it out there, you're just going to hold the rod just like this. You're let it stay out here just like this number. That's on the cast as soon as it hits the water. Let it go down. Now that we have live scope, really easy to do, real fun to do. Throw that thing out there. As you're watching your live scope, watching your forward facing sonar, the way I do it is I reach up here and I grab a hold of the rod just like this. Just like so. And as I see on live scope, as I see the flutter spoon falling down, let me back up 1 second. Flutter spoons, you can see them really, really, really well on forward facing sonar. They show up really, really well. So I basically come up here and I grab the rod right here and I go and I pump, and I'm not going to pump it too hard because of my roof like I normally would, but you're going to pump the rod like so, and you're going to let it go, and then pump the rod. You're basically, nowadays, for me, with a flutter spoon, I'm like this, and I'm basically like this. I'm staring at my live scope. The fish will come up and they'll tell you what they want and how they want it. I've been in some situations with the flutter spoon where it's, you have to do this, pump it a bunch to get them to eat. I've seen it where you've had to pump it and then just kind of start retrieving it. And then after you retrieve it a little bit, you just let it fall back down again. And you pump the rod again. What's up, Brian McHuston? How are you, buddy? You just pump the rod again. I've seen that. I've seen where you've thrown the thing out there and it let it hit the water and let it go all the way down to almost the bottom. And as soon as it almost gets to the bottom, you just straight retrieve this thing in just like this. You burn it all the way back up to the surface. And when it gets all the way back up to the surface, you stop your retrieve and let it fall back down again. You got a lot of different ways that you can run a flutter spoon. You got a lot of different ways that you can work one. The biggest key is let the fish tell you what they want. that's kind of the biggest piece of advice that I can give you. We got our shaky head. Shaky head's a-okay. It's ready to go. Another FX rod. Shaky head set up there. 10-pound test line. Put that over here because we're done with it. We're going to strap it down. I have my horny toad laying here, ready to go. There it is. That's the setup. That is my bread and butter. That is what I use. Dobbins rod, 734C, 7'3", heavy fast action rod. Horny toad, VMC hook, drop dead weight hook, 1/16 ounce hook right there. That's a 4/0 hook because the aught gap and the length of the shanks on these VMC hooks are a little bit weird. A 5/0 is not really a 5/0; it's more like a 6/0. The 4/0 is more like a 5/0. So that's the ones that I run on the horny toad, and not a whole lot of line on that reel on purpose that way, because I'm not really throwing it like crazy far. I'm really mainly now that we've got it into this time of year, I'm skipping a lot of docks with it and throwing it real close to cover. So distance isn't that important. I'll keep my Vixen on deck. If you want to see this thing, those of you guys that got Vixens, this thing's got some pretty good hook rash going on with it. This is a brand new one that was right out of the box. Chrome Vixen. 15-pound P-line, 8:1 gear ratio reel. This is a 7.5. Let's see, it's a 7.5 medium heavy fast rod. 12 to 20-pound line. It's 7'5". It's more of it says top water and bladed jigs, but I just pretty much throw my big top water plugs on them. I have a couple other rods that I throw top water plugs on, but anything like Vixens and saltwater super spooks, I reach for that rod and put that rod on there. One of my new babies right here. This is a St. Croix Bass X new rod, new reel. Not new reel, sorry, just a loose reel. I'm gonna put something a little different right here on there with the underspin. I'm pretty much done with the underspin. So the underspins for me, I'm about not gonna pick one up again about to the fall. The underspin is some shit that just don't turn me on. And if y'all want to see how legitimate I am about throwing this horny toad, those are all used ones. I utilize that little port right there in my boat as trash. If you ever fish with me, I'll tell you, I say I got a trash can, and that's where my trash can is. So, woo! I'll tell you what, for anybody who don't have power, I feel for you right now. It ain't no fun. That's for sure. Spro Megalodon. I'm gonna put it up in the box. I'm gonna put it up in my big swim bait box here. Got my V-flukes, got my slick sticks. Here's that one slick stick that I was throwing for so long. That finally it's just, the fin's gone. It's all tore up out of the rash. Replaced the hooks on it a couple times. That's the one that I caught nearly 70 fish on before. I actually had to re-glue the screw lock back on. So we got several of those. It's raining. Fantastic. I'm so happy. I knew it was going to rain again. Let's see here. So being on the north end of the lake, it's going to be a little bit different being up the hooch side. Um, I don't know. I'm gonna retie the underspin back on this and put it in the rod locker. Um, it might come out, might come to play again tomorrow. Spot choker right there, 3/8 ounce with the 3/0 hook. Uh, by far if you don't throw one, by far one of the best underspins, period, to throw. If the rain gets too heavy, I'm going to pack everything up here and we'll step back inside so there's no rain, because you guys are probably not going to be able to hear me. I'll try to talk as loud as I can, but for the most part, that's kind of my beginning plan. I will throw some jig tomorrow for sure. I will definitely throw some jig. I haven't really got bit too great on a jig. I have caught some fish on a jig in the past 2 months, but I haven't really caught a bunch. Superior knot lubrication. That's where so many people go wrong. So many people don't lubricate their knots good enough. Don't lubricate your knots good enough, you're not going to catch as many fish on that one bait, because eventually the bait itself is going to, the knot itself, is going to fail, and then you're down a bait. Let's pack these spoons up. So, you guys got questions? We've been running for 37 minutes now. Need to shoot them to me. Like I said, shoot me the question. And I'll try to answer it as fast as I can. Here's some cool stuff. You guys are getting a look into my boat. Everybody know what that is right there? Somebody answer it in the comments if you know what that is. Sweet bait, that's right. Somebody just asked me to make some. Tyler Bagwell just sent me a text wanting me to make some jigs. I can always make jigs. Anybody know what this is? If I can get it out. This is a no-joker. The funnest bait. Yes, it is. It is wild. I'll show you one that's a close second. Anybody know what that is? That's a stecklebird. Yozuri fluorocarbon. Absolutely not. I have not used Yozuri fluorocarbon. I don't know if I intend on ever using fluorocarbon. I will show you what fluorocarbons. No bullshit. No nothing laid aside. I'll show you what fluorocarbons I exclusively use, because we are in my boat. Give me 1 second. I gotta throw some swimming tails back in my swim bait box here. If you throw swim baits, sweet bait, that's right, that's exactly what it was. If you throw swim baits like sweet baits, stecklebirds, the southern hook stecklebirds and stuff like that, the flukes, they're the best trailers to use. You use I got a razor blade that stays in this box for my swim bait stuff, and I use precise cutting when I'm cutting it because I want it as straight as possible. A lot of people don't think it's that important when you're trying to redo a sweet bait, because you need another tail put on it to say it's not that important to make sure that the bait is, the tail that I put on is dead nuts perfect. No, it is important. It is 1,000% important. So, kill that water real good. Yeah, game plan. Going into game plans, I was going to talk about that tonight some. I don't know how many of y'all kind of tried to come up with a presumptive game plan. And when I say presumptive game plan, I'm not saying, yeah, we're going to throw top water. I'm going to hope to go catch them on top water. That's a hope. That's a hope and a prayer. You know, it's game plans going into practicing is just as important as trying to say going into a tournament that I'm going to do. Whoa, good lightning right there. That's right over my house. It's fantastic. Listen, if we could get a freaking break, okay, from some of these storms, it'll be right. That might have knocked my internet out a little bit. My internet will come right back on, but sometimes if I get some serious thunder, it'll pause my internet for just a minute. But have no fear, it'll turn right back on. Unlike the storm, unlike the store before we had fiber, within about 20 seconds of my internet taking a pause from a thunderclap like that, my internet goes right back to work again. I actually have good internet at my house. It's not fiber, but I actually have decent speed internet. So that's kind of crazy. That was no joke. We'll see if we get another one. Hope all y'all heard that, because that wasn't no joke. So let's see here. What do we got? We have Kitex. We have flukes. We have a lot of different stuff laying in the deck. We got jig laying in here. We're actually going to take this bad boy. It's supposed to get rough about 10. Do you think these storms affect the bite? I think, in my opinion, this is just strictly my opinion. In my opinion, in terms of storms, that is something that I definitely want to do instead. I'm glad I looked in there and saw that. Because that's what I'm actually going to start off with right there in the morning instead of this. So I'm actually going to be throwing on another bait. Get my Bassmaster rod sleeve. We're going to harp on Randy Blackett here in a minute. Because I'm going to tie on the, you're not supposed to tie on and use crump or use bone anymore bait. There's another black buzz bait right there. We'll cut this one off. Judging from the looks of the storm and looking how fast the clouds are moving, this thing's going really, really fast. Which is fantastic again. Jeez, man. I'm telling you, we need to get a break this weekend. Going through what we went through the other day at the store, it's just insane, man. So back to storms, though. Well, before I got sidetracked. Back to storms. Storms. Storms, in terms of what they do to the fish. I think, like what Ron was saying there, he said something about clear water, and I appreciate you responding to that, Ron. You're a great guy. Storms, to me, when we have a serious lightning storm, when we have, some crazy weather come through the night before we're going to go fishing, especially if it happens in that, 8 to 10 hour range of before like a tournament or before you're going to go fishing. So 10 o'clock, as Ken said, we're supposed to have some serious storms really get through here at 10 o'clock tonight. For me, I did not see what Ron said, but I've seen something about clear water, but I'll tell you in my opinion on it. Your shallow fish that live shallow, when storms come through and summer and thunder and stuff and lightning get involved, I think they either do one of two things. They stick really close to cover, like really tight to cover, or they run out to the middle of the creek or the middle of the bay or whatever they're in, where they're shallow, and they get out there and they suspend in the middle. They're trying to find some place where they can feel safe. Sometimes in open water, when they school up together, they feel better schooled up together in numbers. My rule of thumb has always been, though, when it comes to spotted bass and storms, I've always fished, it's like they put their nose in the brush. Like if they're in brush, they put their nose in the brush. They get really tight to brush. They don't come out of the brush too good. And that's just my opinion, and that's just from what I've kind of seen. Don't necessarily say that that's law. I'm not saying that that's facts, but definitely something that I've seen over the years is they get closer to brush. So, and that's kind of one of those things that, in terms of debating, when we debate, because we as fishermen, every one of us have something that every one of us have something that we feel good about, that we feel confident about. I'm gonna put on this bone cane walker here. I will say this. Derek just said something about water runoff. If we have a cold rain, like a rain that has come from the north, like, which is basically, to my knowledge, is what a lot of these storms are. Because if you look, tomorrow and Sunday, so if you're going to go fish tomorrow or Sunday, and whichever day, I'm going to fish Sunday, and I'm going to fish tomorrow and Sunday. And the weather, like right now, okay, so I'm sitting out here and I can feel the rain's coming. It is considerably cooled off. This rain that's coming right here at my house and across this area, wherever the rain is definitely cooler. So that any shallow water, any kind of runoff that goes into shallow water, first thing in the morning, that water is going to be cooler than, say, other places of the lake. With this being happening, I definitely can see getting some bites early in the morning around some real shallow cover, some blowdowns and stuff like that. The only time that I think it works in reverse, the only time that I think cool water works in reverse in the summer, is if you got cool water, but all week long this week they've done nothing. They've pulled over a foot of water down out of the lake. If they pull water all week, them fish have already started to vacate the shallows because they're pulling water, because they don't have anywhere to live. They will pull back up eventually, but I have never personally done good when they pull water and they suck a lake down a foot. Like if they suck Lanier down over a foot in a week between two times that I get to go fishing, because I know a lot of people think that all I get to do all the time is be at the store a couple of days a week and then go fishing. No, that's not the case at all. I wish that was the case, but that is far from the truth. So in terms of storms, in terms of runoff, in terms of water, cool water, hot water, you know, I definitely kind of taken a look at it. At the end of the day, those of you guys that know me well and probably heard me say this before, I am a fisher strength type of guy. I am a fish what you feel like, fish how you believe that you can catch fish. Don't go doing stuff that Joe Blow told you or your buddy told you, said, hey, they're biting this. Well, listen, that's fantastic. Don't go trying to send me don't go trying to send me on a wild goose chase. I got enough drama going on in my life to go try to go catch someone else's fish. I'm going to fish the way I want to fish. Oh, what? Someone said something. I didn't see what it was. I was turning around. By the way, for those of you slick stick lovers, you want to see one that's been chewed up? There's one that the chrome's starting to come off of it. Getting chewed up. You don't have a slick stick, you need to get one, you need to throw it. They work. So, as the rain starts to keep coming. First of all, can you guys still hear me okay even though it's raining on my tin metal roof? Let me know. Send me a thumbs up or what, something. My chrome hard swimmer now looks like the Terminator. Face chrome is flicked off. Awesome. And I'm glad you can hear me. I haven't been throwing the hard swimmers too much. I've been pretty much keeping the slick stick in my hand. There's so much more that you can do with a slick stick compared to an actual Sebile hard swimmer. Sebile hard swimmers, you really about only got a few twitches, and you pretty much got to do some form of whether it's a fast retrieve, a medium retrieve, or a real slow retrieve. They work. I've caught hundreds of fish on Sebiles, but right now, I think it's a product of they're conditioned to seeing Sebiles so much that they just don't bite them as good as they bite that slick stick. You find one about that slick. The only bad thing about the slick stick is in the wind, it can be kind of hard to throw. Absolutely, that is 100% correct. You definitely, with the slick stick compared to a Sebile, boat positioning and wind is extremely critical. 100% Ron. You are right. Because trust me, it's something I've had to deal with already. Kind of get some of them oh damn moments. I wish I had. I believe that fishing with Kevin Underwood really showed me how you can totally change up the game of fishing lures differently. Exactly. It was 100% correct. And Kevin is fantastic at pushing the boundaries and thinking outside the box with different lures and different techniques. I'm gonna get my rods put up right here where they need to be for tomorrow. a big old boat deck. You can put a lot of rods on the deck. And the last one is the buzz bait. All right. We're gonna check our cooler. Make sure I got plenty of drinks.
Whoops, turn it sideways. Yeah, I got some waters in there.
That's my new puppy. That's my new one. I got a Garmin. I took the Lowrance off. I have nothing but Garmin's now. I'm a For Her hat. Shout out to Jennifer. She's watching. It's got the right amount of humidity soaked into the bill now, Jennifer. But I still need a bigger one. I still need the biggest Richardson they make. We're going to step inside now because the bugs are starting to get crazy. And we're going to go inside for a little bit. We've been going for almost an hour. I'm pretty much ready. I'm hooked up. I'm ready to go. Batteries are all charged. Double check everything. You always double check anything. I'm very anal about double checking everything the day before I go fishing because I have been that guy that has went to the lake and oh damn, my cranking battery is dead because I left the power switch on all night. I've been there. Some of y'all might be afraid to admit it. I've been there. I have done it. I've been to the lake before and get all the way over there and freaking get over there and totally forget that I didn't plug in my trolling motor batteries the night before. That sucks. I'm gonna climb out of my boat. Oh. Anybody know any guy? We got some good gravel. I've got a mud puddle that's starting to form over there. I really need some gravel. I'll take a gravel donation if anybody's got one. Give to the poor, please. All right, about to get dark. Won't be dark for just for a second. Got to unplug my lights. God, this plug is so freaking tight. Okay. Whoop, 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 whoop. Back in the house. Okay. Now, I'll put that right there for in the morning. All right, so back in the house here. I'm gonna talk to you guys for just a little while longer. So, in terms of, totally forgot. If you're still watching, whoever asked me about what fluorocarbon line I use. Pretty much I only use Sunline FC Sniper now. Fluorocarbon. And then that's for crankbaits, jerk baits, spinner baits, things like that. I have not changed over my jig line yet, and that's because I just have to. Fishing largemouth only lake tomorrow, no docks. What would you be looking for? Brim. I'll be looking for brim eaters. You know that, Brian. And then, of course, any kind of structure based upon like what we talked about earlier with this weather. Any kind of structure, fish should be close to it. So, one thing that we haven't talked about and one thing that is getting close to being really good, and that's as we start getting into the end of August to the 1st of September, and we will be doing some YouTube videos about it on our page, breaking it down and going over some gear with it and stuff and whatnot, is Magnum shaky head fishing with bait casters. 12-pound fluorocarbon line straight up to it. You can use braid to a leader if you want to. I saw a reel. I heard, so talking about eye casting in terms of this, and I'm going to move my chair here. So, in terms of eye cast, I had a really, really interesting conversation with a guy who is going to be on our podcast here as we get creeping into the fall, because that's kind of what me and him talked about getting a hold of. So, give me 1 second real quick. But that's Brandon Cobb. Brandon Cobb will be... Talked to Alex from ALX Rods the other day. He told me sled head, creeper head, similar to mag shaky, but of speed crawl. Yeah, absolutely. No, he's correct. That's definitely the sled head, the wobble heads. That's going to be something that's going to start coming up here pretty soon. As we just get hotter and hotter, the fish are going to start doing, your main lake fish are going to pretty much start doing one of two things. What's up, Joseph Castleberry? I haven't seen you in forever. He's been out there barking on his radio, going up, down, rubber duck, all that stuff, convoy. The sled heads, the Magnum shaky heads, the beaver style baits on sled heads, the Strike King rodents and stuff, go the opposite direction. So where are you guys fishing? Oh, you guys are on hard labor tomorrow, correct? Yeah, that's for EBO, Electric Bass Oat, with Joey Morse. Yeah, I forgot. Danny's supposed to be down there, but he axle screwed up on his trailer. So being into CB radios, exactly. So, but it's always good to see you, Joseph. It really is. So the sled heads, though, the wobble heads, the mag shaky heads, I really kind of start thinking about those a lot harder as we start getting into August, later August. In September, they start working really, really well. They start working really, really well. The Magnums do. And it's a fun bite when they bite that. It's a little bit different than a shaky head, like a traditional shaky head bite. Sometimes they'll just tote that damn thing off and swim off with it. And that's why we go bait caster with it. That's why I do, at least. But, But anyway, talking about Brandon Cobb. Got me off track. Talking about Brandon Cobb. Interesting conversation I had with him last week in Orlando. And y'all guys know me. I don't play around. Y'all know me. I don't play around. He has now, on everything from spinning rods all the way to his casting rods, he now does not do anything without braid as his main line. He physically told me that himself. You can ask him that here in a couple months when we actually pipe him in on the show and have him on our live well on the podcast. He goes straight braid, and he has fluorocarbon leaders. Another guy who has really got big on that now is Ott Defo. Ott Defo, pretty much every single one of his rods now, he's either throwing something braid to fluoro, or, in terms of like frogs, punching baits, topwater plugs. He's some topwater plugs, not all. He's throwing straight braid to those with no leader. But for everything else, these guys are tying on. Brandon Cobb said he's tying on things like, anywhere from 10 to 15 foot long fluorocarbon leaders with FG knots and whatnot. Double uni knots is what some of them are talking about. Anything that they can get to pass through the guides, really, really good. The micro guide, from what I saw at iCast, the micro guide fad is over. I did not see this past week, I did not see a single rod company Yes, he did. He did. He talked about more moderate action rods because of braid. You don't have to have as stiff as a rod. His Cobb series from Arc is they're all the action on those is really really nice. And for $99.99, that's hard to beat for sure. The Cobb series and the Arcs. But anyway, the micro guides, we didn't see hardly any rods that had micro guides. None of the new rods had micro guides. I bought a couple of Duckets a couple of years ago. They were nice. It's a Ducket. You either like them or you hate them. Y'all get my drift on that? You either like them or you hate them. I broke one on a hook set. It caught a bunch of fish before it finally just snapped. Was it my fault? I don't know. I generally take pretty good care of my rods. I take pretty good care of them. Or at least I try to take as good of care of them as I can. I like to think I take very good care of my rods. I want them, when I buy rods, they're an investment that should last me more than 5 years. You go over here to the other corner of my basement over here, and I got like 5 broke rods. Okay. I've had real seats break before, come apart before I broke rods. That's just the way that it is. But in terms of the micro guides, I didn't hardly see anybody have them. I don't think any of the arc rods. They're stepping their game up. Arc rods is, so that's something to be on the lookout for. As we mentioned in our iCast review video, that if you guys watched it the other day, that me and Danny did. Yeah, exactly. You know, most people either like them or hate them in terms of the Ducket rods. But they, in terms of the micro guides, they seem to be disappearing. I guess Ducket and a couple of the other ones will still do it. Falcon will probably continue to produce the Buku series. Yeah, the Daiwa Air DX is a good rod for $49. Absolutely agree, Ty. Absolutely agree. It is an absolutely fantastic rod. My partner Bronson has a couple of them, and he likes them. The micro guides, though, are going the way of the dodo. And I think, as Derek said earlier, thank God. Because micro guides work March through November. December, which, you know, those of us here in North Georgia on all these herring lakes, wintertime fishing is crucial. You're going to catch big fish. You're going to catch your best bags of fish in the wintertime. I don't think any of you guys arguing is going to argue with that the wintertime is a really, really good time to fish in North Georgia, especially on the herring lakes. See you, Scott. Good luck tomorrow. Be safe. But the micro guides are absolutely useless in the winter. They freeze up your guides. They, you know, with regular guides, you know, they freeze up. Your reels freeze up. Your line freezes up. But it's not as bad. But the micro guides, they just, no. I own one rod with micro guides, and I don't even use it right now. And it is a Quantum Smoke Gen 1, and it has micro guides on it. I pretty much only use that thing in the summer. I mean, it is what it is, but micro guides suck, but micro guides seem to be disappearing. Don't really seem to see too many people using micro guides manufacturing in their rods. See you, Brian. You be good, buddy. See you, Scott. Good luck to everybody that's fishing tomorrow. I hope all y'all have a good day tomorrow. And if you fish Sunday, good luck Sunday too. So what the heck does St. Croix do with the grips on the Trigon series? So St. Croix, as we said, Derek, if you watched our video, I know we didn't really get into that too terribly much about the grips, but St. Croix has totally redesigned the Bass X series of rods. They've totally redesigned the Mojo series of rods. They totally redesigned the Mojo glass. The new rods, like on the Legend glass, that has the grips on them, trigons too. Those are like a pistol grip that's been added to them, and it is for leverage for when you're tossing these huge swim baits, these huge glide baits. You basically, it feels weird when you hold it in your hand. Don't get me wrong, it feels really weird, but it's something that you can toss. You can toss it, and you just have this extra grip. To me, it's kind of useless. But I'm sure there's plenty of people out there who'll buy them, the St. Croix. Um, I just recently, purchased 2 St. Croix. First time I've ever had any St. Croix whatsoever. And the Bass X one that I bought was I took advantage of that deal that Dugout was doing, where they had a little bit, under the covers there. They had a little bit of money knocked off of them, but we're not going to get too detailed into that. But I bought 2 of them. This tomorrow is going to be the first day that I toss that Mojo Bass glass. I've already thrown around the Bass X that I have. It is my new underspin rod. So I'm kind of excited about that. Underspins, there's not any crazy hook set that's involved when throwing underspins. So you don't really know. When we first started throwing underspins, I'll be honest, I was throwing mine on 7-foot medium heavy, and I was like rearing back throwing. I was throwing it on 15-pound test. Now I will not throw an underspin on anything over 12. 12-pound straight fluorocarbon for me. Sometimes even go down to 10. Really light line, really finessey, really helps with the action of the bait, in my opinion. Outside of that, though, the micro guides are going the way of the dodo. Thank God, looks like it. Lots of new stuff. The Berkeley Nessie is an absolute ripoff of that swim bait company out there in California or wherever it is. That's an absolute ripoff. I don't care what anybody says. That's an absolute ripoff. I hope Berkeley loses the lawsuit on that if they take them to court on that, but I doubt they will because Berkeley has so many suits and ties. The cane walker is not a shower blows. The cane walker is more like a gunfish than it is a shower blows. The back belly, the back ass end of a cane walker is similar to the shower blows, but the shower blows has a different lip system. The cane walker comes in and makes a straight, kind of like this profile. The shower blows has this curve that comes up, and it's channeled right here on both sides, so it has a little bit different action. The shower blows is that one topwater bait, like only a few other out there, where you can walk the dog and you can kind of keep it sitting in place a lot better than some of the other ones. Yeah, exactly, Derek. More like the little stick from Ima. So, Ima wasn't there. I did not see them. No, I don't think I saw them. And that could be, you guys ever get to, you guys got to understand ICAST, it's huge. There's so much stuff. And we were down there, for business for our TV show. And we got to look at a lot of things, don't get me wrong. And we talked to a lot of people about a lot of things, but there's so much at ICAST to see. It's unbelievable. Our strategy when it comes to ICAST is we walk in there the first day on Tuesday morning, and or Wednesday morning was when we went in there. We walked in Wednesday morning and we just basically went up and down, up and down, up and down till we got all the way to the end of it. And we were like, all right, so we've made mental notes of where things is. And Danny was relying on me for that because Danny has a memory of a. I have the memory of an elephant. Danny has the memory of a goldfish. That's the way he is. You can laugh. I hope y'all do laugh. Um, but and then we turned around though. And then we came back up and we went to the places that we wanted to talk to, and we went to the places that we wanted to see. One thing that we did not talk about on our little hour-long podcast that we put up for you guys on our YouTube channel the other day was the eyewear. Hobie is really pushing the boundaries on eyewear. They're pushing the boundaries on eyewear to the point of if you drop the dang things out of your boat or out of your kayak or whatever, they're going to float and you'll be able to get them back. Costas do not do that. Baggios do not do that. Oakleys do not do that. You have to put some kind of floating chums on the back of them to get them to float. Straight up, the Hobies float. The beautiful thing about the Hobies is I think the most expensive pair of sunglasses they have, and do not quote me on this, I believe the most expensive pair they have was $149.99. Most of the average retail range on the Hobies was anywhere from $69.99 to $109.99. That was most of the Hobies. So if you're looking for some new sunglasses, definitely go over there, check out Hobie Eyewear. Was very, very impressed with their eyewear and with their sunglasses. So that's definitely something to be thinking about. That's something that I forgot to mention the other day in our podcast. So anyways, guys, been out for a little over an hour and 17 minutes now. And I appreciate all of you that watched. And this is just kind of the replacement. If you guys like these little things, that we do here, that I do with this, let myself and let Danny know, in all seriousness, we're open to anything and everything in terms of our YouTube channel. Because again, our main responsibility that we take upon ourselves is to help you guys, catch more fish and have more, I'm gonna do my best, Ken. If I get one on a buzzbait or get a couple on a buzzbait, I'll take pictures. I'll put them up. So be looking out for that. I'm gonna try something tomorrow. Bronson has them. We're gonna be trying something tomorrow. Something that one of our favorite local YouTube personality fishermen does. I'm gonna be pulling the Dana Smith out. We're gonna be trying to throw a little hair jig around. Not Dana's hair jig, some Spro hair jigs, but we're going to try a little Dana Smith thing. If you don't already subscribe to Dana, and you don't already watch his content on a regular basis, I highly suggest that you go check out Dana Smith and support him. He's doing a fantastic job. Dude can catch fish. He's very good at it. Dylan, you missed me, dude. I've already been on for about an hour and a half nearly, man. I'm sorry. So, sorry, buddy, but we'll do this again. You guys just let us know, though. Let me know, let Danny know if you guys like these little things. We'll try to do some more of these a little bit more often. We're just trying to get more content out for you guys on YouTube. As like what I was saying, we're trying to help you guys. I'm trying to help you guys catch more fish. Exactly. Bronson's correct because Dana won't sell none of his hair jigs. So me and Bronson are going to go give that a go tomorrow. We're going to see what's happening. If we get some success on it, though, you'll definitely be probably hearing about it from a members only, on our members only page about a good review of it. And again, we'll see. So sorry, Dylan. I know, dude, but I got to get up. I'm going fishing tomorrow, going fishing Sunday. Got to get a little bit of sleep. So Mallory's already asleep. My daughter, Melinda's probably up there playing on her phone, ready for me to come get in the bed. We'll be getting up in the morning and heading to the lake. And we're going to fish till about lunchtime. And then we're going to fish again on Sunday till about lunchtime again. So our tournament next Saturday is from 4 to 12. I ain't practicing from 4 a.m. I'm gonna fish a tournament from 4:12. Anything that I catch uh, before dark next or before daylight, excuse me, next weekend during our club tournament is gonna be a bonus. Um, so that's the way that I'm looking into it. So hopefully it'll happen, but it's summertime. It's dark. It's night fishing for a few hours early in the morning. You're gonna hit that little period there about 5:30 where they're gonna feed, especially under the surface, so and real shallow. So we'll see how that all goes. But you guys will definitely probably hear about it. Um, to all you guys that might be fishing this weekend, going in tomorrow, going out Sunday, whatever. Good luck again. If you see me out there, I'll be above 53 on Chattahoochee side, playing Dodge with all the ski boats and jet skiers up that way, because that's the north end of both river arms have turned into a washing machine, and it sucks. Um, Everyone's like found out on the lower end of the lake on Lanier, like, oh, there ain't nobody up the lake. Let's go up the lake. Go run around. No, get out of the freaking channel. It's not. Go back down the lake. I just wish the period they would just get totally off the lake. That's just my opinion. But you guys have a good one. Appreciate y'all guys' support. And again, I hate that going to surf boats have their day and wash mine and get back to it Monday. I heard that, Derek. Well, good luck, buddy. Good luck to you on Monday. So y'all be good. Dylan, I appreciate it. You too, buddy. Don't work too hard. Thanks, Wayne. Sorry that we weren't open. I went to the store today for a little bit just to go grab a couple of things to check on some things. And you could bake cookies inside the store today. So I feel for all the people who still don't have power. So yeah, come on, Derek, anytime. We're 10 to 7, man. Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays, and then on Facebook, of course, most of the Saturdays, either myself or Danny, and sometimes both of us are there. So Dylan, listen, don't come out here and just work 8 hour day. Listen, you don't know nothing. And I bet a bunch of other people that are watching going to tell you, you don't know nothing. You don't know nothing about working no 8 hours yet, dude. Wait, you better enjoy being a high school kid. You better enjoy, because when the real world comes knocking and you've got to pay for a house, power, the internet, boat payment, truck payment, car payment, insurance, gas, groceries, you're going to be like, damn, boss, can I get a couple more hours? That's just going to be the way that it is. So, why do you need a couple more hours? Because I want to go fishing this weekend. I need some gas money. So, but y'all be good. Appreciate you guys. I appreciate the kind words, Derek. And we're going to be really ramping this thing up a little bit more. So, see you, Jennifer. Appreciate you. Appreciate your support as always. Jennifer is my title sponsor for the GBT this coming up year. If you do not already have something for her outdoor apparel, you need to get it, because I ain't just wearing the stuff just because she sponsors us and sponsors me. The stuff is comfortable. The sun shirts are fantastic. They are legit cooler. I ain't blowing smoke. They're legit cooler than the Columbia ones and the Hook ones. They are. They really are. So, and she uses Richardson hats too. So get you a hat. We sell out some of that stuff. We sell her stuff in the store. So come see us at the store. Come pick something out. Come get it. So if not, hit her up on her website. Jennifer, we love you. Appreciate your support. I love you. Appreciate your support. So the whole fishing community up here in North Georgia is just fantastic. It really is. I cannot say that enough. So y'all be good. I'm going to get upstairs and I'm going to crawl into bed. I'll be getting up at about a little before 5 in the morning, leaving out of the house, and grab some ice and maybe grab a little bite to eat of some sort and head to Sardis Creek. That's where I will be. I'll be at Sardis Creek Boat Ramp today or tomorrow, and Sunday is where I will be. So if you want to meet up, say hi or whatever, I'll be at Sardis. So Y'all be good. Y'all stay safe. Prayers, thoughts still go out. Remember all those that have been affected by this tornado. Um, Guys, I will say, we got any For Her hats left? Jennifer can bring me some more. We've sold out of them, so I need to get Jennifer to bring me some more up there to the store. So, Jennifer, if you're still watching, bring me some hats sometime. I'll meet up with you and get some hats. So, but anyway, all those that have been affected by these storms, let's just continue to remember. Yeah. There you go. Jennifer's watching. So, Dylan, hit up Jennifer on Facebook or on For Her Outdoor Apparel on her Facebook page or whatever, and she'll get you hooked up with a hat. I guarantee she will. So, and Hammond's, I can't imagine what they're going to do. What they're going to do. For those of you guys who may or may not have seen, their storage building area got destroyed behind the store. I can't imagine. So, let's rally around. Let's rally around Hammonds here. Let's show them some love. Let's show them some support, and help them. Hopefully, give some business to them to help rebuild. So, don't know what all insurance is going to cover. So that's none of my business. I don't know. So, but if you see them, reach out to them. You see them go by. I know they're closed. I don't know if they're going to be open tomorrow. They're probably going to still be closed tomorrow because 369, the corner out there in 369, there's power lines just laying in the road still. So, yeah, it's rough still out there still. So, but the power crews are working hard. We saw them today. So, I'm getting off. Y'all be good. Be fishing tomorrow. Look for some kind of updates. Look for some pictures. Hopefully I'll catch something worth showing off. So we'll see. So you guys take it easy. Appreciate you guys. Y'all have a good one. Be safe. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your weekend with your family. Enjoy your weekend on the water. Enjoy the weekend with loved ones. See you guys.